G'day there everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Now this video is brought to you by the CoPilot Studio, a new weekly newsletter that I have just kicked off where I share some real world use cases and scenarios to help you make use of Microsoft CoPilot in different situations so that you can stay more productive, take advantage of this new technology in your job role and in your business. So if you are not subscribed, head over to the CoPilotStudio.com where you'll get a weekly newsletter of tips and use cases on how to utilize CoPilot in your different scenarios and your job roles. Now onto today's video. Now we're going to use and see how we can create and start drafting a document all about SharePoint and SharePoint fundamentals so that we can distribute some information, explain what SharePoint is, how to use it, and the different types of things that make up what SharePoint is for somebody that hasn't used SharePoint before. Now this comes from a question from a reader on LinkedIn. So let's get stuck into it and see a couple of prompts that we can start and kick things off with a draft document. So you can see here that I'm just in my OneDrive. I'm just going to start a new Word document. So this is going to showcase how we use CoPilot inside of Microsoft Word. So we can see here, I've just started the document and I do get this little dialog box that's inserted or added to a new blank document where I can describe and get some help with starting this particular document. Now I've already written out the first prompt that I want to use. So I'm just going to paste that in here and you can see there I'm telling my CoPilot here inside of Word that they are a senior SharePoint consultant. Can you write a document about the fundamentals of SharePoint, specifically explaining the key pieces of terminology like communication sites, team sites, hub sites, document libraries, and web parts. And the audience here that we are trying to write for are business users that haven't used SharePoint before. So let's hit generate and we'll see what comes back first. All right, so we can see here just pulling things together. It's going off, getting some information, crafting out the first draft. We're obviously going to revise this and have a look and probably refine things as we go. So we can see here we've got a bit of an explanation of what SharePoint is, what the main components of SharePoint are here. So it's taken the prompt here. We've got communication sites, we've got team sites, we've got hub sites, document libraries, web parts, and also just a little bit of a summary here on how people can get started with SharePoint as well. So not a bad first round here. Now what I'd also like to do though is maybe give a little bit of an explanation here of when we would utilize a communication site or when we would use a team site. So what we might do here is say, can you please now add a section that explains when someone would use a communication site or a team site. Please also outline some examples of each. And let's see what we come back with here. So it's refining the draft now. All right, so again, pulling things together here, and let's see what we come back with. Hopefully with some additional sections here around communication sites, what to use when, a comm site or a team site. So we can see here, again, we've got a what is SharePoint section. We're going through what the main components are. Again, similarly to what we saw before, comm sites, team sites, hub sites, document libraries, web parts. These are the things that I outlined in my first prompt. And then how we can get started with SharePoint is the same section as we saw before, and we'll keep scrolling down here when we should use communication sites or team sites. So here is the additional section that we're refining. All right, so we can see here we can use comm sites when you want to inform and engage large and diverse groups of people, and we've got some examples here of each scenario and a comm site and a team site as well. So what I'm going to do with this article that has been created here is actually just publish this for you guys here on LinkedIn as a newsletter article, so that you can have a look at what this generated output was, what the two prompts were also that I used to create this first draft document. Obviously, we'd want to keep refining this and make sure that it does resonate and it is spoken in your language, your business terminology and things like that as well. But if you are just starting out documents, it's a really good place to start just to get things going, and then you can refine as we go along. So I hope that brought you some value. CoPilot inside of Microsoft Word to help you get started with the generation, the creation of your documents.